Hi, my name is Justin, and I'm here with my teacher Khenpo Chogyal Rinpoche. He's today asked me to teach upon a topic that's very deep and very important within Tibetan Buddhism, all Buddhism actually, and that is the topic of Guru Yoga. So this topic, you may or may have not heard of this subject, but what I'll try to give you is within 10 minutes a very concise, pith understanding of what Guru Yoga is, to give you how it works, what it is, and the mechanisms of it, how it functions. According to my understanding, which is limited, but I've been requested to please teach upon this. So here I go. Guru Yoga, in its essence, according to the way I would put it, is that when the teacher has a realization of the nature of mind, this teacher is able to impart or reveal that realization onto the student, into the student's mind. So I'll say that again. If the teacher or if someone actually really realizes the nature of mind and really attains enlightenment, from that realization, according to the Buddha's teaching, it is possible for them to then directly impart that realization to another being, to their student, especially if they have a strong connection. That's my premise. Now I'm going to go about talking about how this works and what this really is, how it functions. So taking a step back and looking at all of Buddhism, right? Within Buddhism, all the vehicles, all the paths the Buddha taught, there are two ways that you can actually become Buddha. Two methods. Two general methods you can say. The first one, which is common to every school within Tibetan Buddhism, or within all Buddhism, Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, Dzogchen. This first method is accumulating positive thinking and positive karma, and purifying negative thinking, negative karma. I'll say that again, because that sounds so incredibly simple, but that is the entire path, you can say. Again, by accumulating positive thinking, love, compassion, wisdom, and the positive karma that goes along with that, that's one side. And the other side is by purifying and getting rid of, cleaning, dispersing any ignorance, anger, jealousy, negative emotions, negative thinking. Through that, through these two practices, you will become Buddha. That's basically how it works. That even if you don't believe in Buddhism, even if you don't, say you're Buddhist or practice whatever, if you are simply increasing your positive thinking, decreasing your negative thinking, that is enlightenment. That is itself enlightenment. And full enlightenment is when it's 100% perfected. This realization that occurs, you can also call is the realization of the nature of mind. And that's key, remember that part. Realizing the nature of mind is what happens when you increase your positive thinking fully and decrease your negative thinking fully. This then brings you to the next point that I originally talked about of Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga is the second method, the only other method. The Buddha said there are only two ways that you will be able to become Buddha. The first one, accumulate and purify, or through Guru Yoga practice. What is Guru Yoga practice? How does it work? Guru Yoga, to talk about this, you need to look at three things. Subject, object, action. Okay? Keep it concise. Subject, object, action. Subject here would be the teacher. The guru, the Vajra master, the guru, teacher, right? You'll hear different terms. This object would be the student. And the action would be the connection, the link that's formed between them. And through that connection, through that link, there's mind-to-mind transmission, there's a possibility for realization to occur. And if this sounds like mumbo-jumbo or whatever, that's fine. Just keep practicing positive thinking, and eventually this will make sense and this will work. You'll understand this. Because this is the Buddha's teaching. So first looking at the subject, identify the subject, the teacher. But what does it mean on this end? What does the teacher have to have for Guru Yoga to work? What do they need? Well, the main thing that they need, for one, is they need to have realized the nature of mind. That's the first thing. The student needs faith, and between those two, it's possible to occur. So let's focus on the subject, the teacher. When any being, anyone, realizes the nature of mind, which is basically what any being who realizes emptiness, the Buddha taught and all the enlightened beings have said from their experience, their realization, that when you realize emptiness, spontaneously compassion will arise. Upon realizing emptiness, boundless compassion will arise from that. And as Khenpo taught this morning, he gave the example of if someone believes maybe there's like a wild beast or something over there, like in a box or in a, and they're afraid. But then you recognize and you see, well, no, there's not anything there. This person's just imagining this. It's not real. If they see that, they have that realization, they will then be able to help that person so much more, and boundless compassion will come from. That's a very mundane example, but on a greater level, this is the mechanism of how this compassion works. On the student's end, the student needs to have some sort of faith. Some sort of faith in the teacher, some sort of faith in the teachings. And the first thing that the student needs to have is they need to have faith in their own positive thinking. Guru Yoga will not work, this is my main statement with this, is that Guru Yoga will not work with just blind faith. Blind faith or illogical reasoning will not work for Guru Yoga. There's no stability there. There's no ground to stand on. So on the student's end, within every tradition, first you cultivate positive thinking and you develop trust in this, faith in this. The more this becomes stronger, you develop faith in the teachings, then the more you're able to develop faith and trust in your teacher who teaches you positive thinking, the teachings. And then from this, a link is possible. I might go over 10 minutes because a lot to say. Okay, so we've established that if someone realizes the nature of mind, boundless compassion will arise out of that. Especially if that being is a bodhisattva. If they have bodhicitta and someone realizes that person realizes the nature of mind, then from that, not only will their compassion that arises will be directed at every single being. Because if their intention is, I want all beings to become Buddha, to be free from suffering and become true happiness, then when they actually realize that, when they actually realize they're Buddha, their nature, automatically, simultaneously, compassion will radiate to all beings. On the student's end, if they're able to receive this, right, just as like a crane picking up a container, if the student has faith, the teacher is then able to pick them up or impart them and bring them into this realization.